and welcome to Into the Podcast. I am your host, Sam, and there is another host who's sat right opposite me, staring deeply into my eyes. Fucking there's some big eyes. Ryan, say hello to the boys and girls.
Hello, boys and girls.
How are you, my friend?
All the better for seeing you, my friend.
Oh, you little charmer. we weren't sure what I was going to do this week, but you messaged me saying we can't go a week without putting an episode out because I love it that much. I need to come to your house, sit on your seat, and chat shit to the thousands and thousands of the Rocks fans. Is that a thing?
The Rocks fans?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, is that what you used to say in wrestling? No, it's the millions and millions.
Yeah.
Well, fuck that up for me, didn't it?
What a great reference.
All about wrestling, mate, I tell you.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait for us to do a WrestleMania episode.
So which one is it? We've been speaking about this, haven't we?
WrestleMania 21, I think, is the one that's considered like the greatest one of all time. But I'm biased towards that one because that was the one that I remember watching as a kid.
There you go.
It's peak wrestling.
That is it, my friend. So we will, in the new year, do a WrestleMania 21 episode. We'll do that on a night we can get pissed as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because nothing better than chatting wrestling when you're drunk, and you are sat next to a box full of wrestling toys as well, so we can get them out.
When you brought them out last week. Oh my God, it's Jeff Hardy.
You got so excited and told me that you've got like all your old toys and your wrestling ring. And
yeah, they're all in my loft at home.
They're
all
coming
bagged.
out.
Yeah, just ready to be played with again.
Literally. My poor daughter loves wrestling toys. Definitely. That's why she has them.
They're
not for me
she?
at all. So this is episode 9. Are we at 9 now? I think it is, isn't it?
I think we're at 9, yeah.
God, we're getting through these, aren't we?
Yeah, nearly double figures.
I know. How did you find episode 8? We had a guest on, for those of you that haven't listened, so you probably should have if you're listening to this one.
Yeah, surely, if you're doing it in order.
Exactly.
I mean, who wouldn't do it in order?
Exactly, weirdos.
It was good fun, wasn't it? It was a good laugh.
Good fun. He's so dry. I love it.
He's so funny, isn't he?
Listening back to it the next day, because like we mentioned in the last episode, I didn't have a lot of time to edit. So I had to do it there and then whilst you guys were helping me pack down.
Mm-hmm.
Edited, added everything in. And I listened back to it the next day because I was just a bit worried about sound, and we used a different desk and all this sort of stuff. And so some of the things he came out with just had me in stitch. I'd heard him before, but I was just pissing myself. He's such a funny guy.
Yeah, he is.
And it's true into the podcast style to get a guy on the Christmas episode that doesn't celebrate Christmas.
His Christmas knowledge is still better than mine. What does that say?
I don't know what it says. Well, yeah.
I need to watch more Christmas films, apparently.
So our friend Kyle, shout out Kyle, I was playing some Call of Duty with him earlier, and he said, I've just started the quiz part of your episode. That is ridiculously hard.
Yeah.
And I think I forget a little bit that the 2 years of previous film podcasts that I've done forced me to get this knowledge that I forget's there sometimes, because the whole premise of that podcast was I wasn't into film and they had to teach me about film.
Right.
So I forget that my knowledge is maybe better because I'm still in this thought of I'm not really into film. I just like to watch the odd film, but actually my knowledge might be a little bit more than I think.
Yeah,
and I made that quite hard. So
it was rock solid. A few people have said to me, I think I was talking to Megan at work, and she was saying I don't think she knew any of the answers either. And my film knowledge is pretty good. Like by most people's standards, I know I've got a good level of film knowledge, but I don't have a clue.
I apologise, mate. And not only that, as it was pointed out by Richard Twiner. Thank you, Richard Twiner. I fucked up on one of the questions.
The Krampus being from Australia.
As soon as he said it, I went, I fucking knew that as well. Yeah. I knew that. Why did I say Australia? Because Max even called me on it and said, what's the origin of that? I went, well, they made him up.
Yeah.
He's from Austria. I know that.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
Never mind. There's normally a Krampus type skin on Call of Duty.
Is there?
And it's normally the Austrian guy. Obviously, I didn't put two and two together at the time, but yeah.
Well, on Call of Duty at the minute, you can buy Klaus. So
I've seen that, yeah.
No, I'm not spending money on Call of Duty.
I mean, I've already spent lots of money on Call of Duty.
It is pissing me off at the minute. Not only because I'm dying a lot, it is glitchy as fuck.
Is it? Been really bad again?
So bad. I mean, Kyle again, I've been playing a lot with him recently, and every 6 to 7 games he crashes.
Oh shit, yeah, that happened to us last week, didn't it? It kept happening. And what's really annoying on DMZ is that if it crashes, you lose all your stuff.
You lose everything.
So it's just, that's so frustrating.
But that's what happens when you play a free game.
We can't complain, can we?
No, we can't. But then we play Rocket League, and that's not horrendous. That don't crash out, and it.
That's not a free game, though, is it?
Rocket League is, yeah.
Is it?
Mm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's free on Epic, yeah.
Oh, decent.
Yeah,
I didn't realise that.
So by the time people have got this, it will be Boxing Day.
Yeah, unless people are. No,
late.
Yeah, shit, yeah.
So if you're listening on the day, today is Boxing Day. Did you have a nice Christmas?
I had a great time, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, what did you get up to?
The usual, drinking, opening presents, seeing family. Yeah, nice. It was really nice. What about you?
Yeah, I did so many drinks and presents.
Yeah.
Got a fight with Rudolph.
Oh, did you? Over what?
He's been a prick, wasn't he?
Was he?
I was trying to sleep, and that big red nose would just flash in, and
you need your sleep, don't you?
Yeah. So it's the 22nd here right now. Christmas hasn't happened yet, but we're very excited. We're all very much in the Christmas spirit, and I know you've just had it, so surely everyone's still in the Christmas spirit. Hopefully. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this year because I've got nothing planned.
I don't really have anything planned either. No holidays booked or anything, I don't think. I don't think.
Fuck off, mate. You always say to me, no, I've got nothing on this week.
I know.
And then when I message you, you're like,
so bad
I've got this, I've got that.
Oh, I'm sorry, I've quadruple booked. A random Tuesday night.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so you've got loads to look forward to that you don't know about, which is that's double excitement.
That's it, yeah. I think
it's exciting when you book it, but it's double exciting when
you remember
it's
that you booked it.
It's the day before, and Claire's going, we're doing that thing tomorrow.
Yes.
And you're like, yes, dear. Fuck, what is it? Shit.
I genuinely don't think I've got anything booked, though. The only thing I can remember is I'm going to see Harry Styles next year in Dublin. So we're going to Ireland for the weekend.
Lovely. You've been before?
Yeah, I've been a few times, but never to see Harry Styles. So
no, I'll be honest. I've only been to Dublin once, but it'd be the first time I went to see Harry Styles if I went there.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll be honest. I'm liking him. I used to think he was a prick.
Yeah, same. I was never a big, like when he was like the One Direction era. Never did it for me.
Too famous for his own good to make you dislike him. I think that was his problem. Yeah. So I had that issue with Arpats. I had that issue with Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
Actually, Daniel Radcliffe is one of my favourite actors now.
He just creates banging, he stars in banging indie, whatever film he wants to, weird and wonderful.
That's what it is. When you are only doing what the fuck you want to do, that's when you can bring out films like Guns Akimbo.
Yeah.
Where else are we getting that from?
Exactly. But Robert Pattinson's done the same, hasn't he? Since Twilight, he's very much tried to distance himself from that franchise.
You saw Lighthouse, didn't you?
Yeah, I love The Lighthouse.
Just that in itself made me love him.
Yeah. How good is Willem Dafoe in that?
Oh my God, he's so good. William Dafoe is outstanding.
Yeah, he is.
You ever seen the film Antichrist?
No.
So it's a horror film. William Dafoe's in it. The opening scene is William Dafoe in the shower with his missus and the necking off. And then it shots to a scene where you see D go in V.
Really?
Like full penetrative sex. Obviously, it's not them because it cuts to just the midsection.
Yeah.
But you're kind of like, not sure I want to see that. And then later on, she turns a bit crazy. They're in the garage. They get a bit frisky. She rolls over, hits him on the head with a rock, beats his dick with a rock, and then jacks him off till he jizzes blood.
Oh.
That's the sort of films I watch.
Right.
William Dafoe is in that film.
I mean, he does a lot of crazy films, to be fair. He will throw himself at anything, won't he?
Weirdly enough, so I'm going to write a little note here because talking about William Dafoe doing crazy shit, I watched a film recently. It's got Kevin Bacon in it, and I kind of want to talk about his roles.
Okay.
So I just want to kind of remind myself because I'm on a right Kevin Bacon kick at the minute.
Yeah.
Like proper.
He's an actor I've not seen, actually, in that many...
Really?
Yeah, I've not seen that many of his films.
It's Guardians of the Galaxy that made me think I need to watch more Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, because obviously, they always reference him.
So, what we got next? Right, giveaway. I've wrote this in big letters on my book because last episode I said we was going to do a giveaway, and we need to. So, as I've mentioned in previous episodes, I'm doing a load of mystery boxes, just bits and bobs, some sweeties, some random bits, just whatever comes, little figurines. I've got loads of stuff that I've been getting, and just because I really enjoy making mystery boxes. I really like giving back to the people that are listening. And the best thing about mystery boxes, people get so excited when it comes, and it's always full of shit that you don't want. It is
always full of shit.
And this will be full of shit that I don't want. So I'm putting it in the box.
It's a win-win for you.
Exactly. So we're going to be doing a giveaway this week, and it's probably going to be around social media. So please keep an eye on our social media. If you don't follow us already, please like us, follow us, whatever. It's going to be a like, share, and follow type job. Random name in a hat, and you're going to win one. If you don't win this time, there's plenty more boxes in the garage that every time I go in there have fallen over again. They just keep falling, and no matter where I put them, they keep falling. So there's got to be something in that garage. I need to be careful. So please, we say this in every episode: like, share, comment, XYZ. But if you don't follow us on Facebook, Twitter, what's the other one? Instagram. That's why I nearly said Tinder. That's so weird.
That's the next profile we're going for.
If you don't follow me and Ryan on Tinder, you should. I've had this thing with a friend of mine called Chris, who used to live with me. In fact, we'll talk about that in a sec. We had an Instagram page called House Bays. And we just basically used to put pictures of me and him in really cute situations. He was shredded. He was a bodybuilder.
Right, okay.
And I'm a big fat fuck. So we used to do things
No, you're not, Sam. No, you're not.
I threw that one in there to see what happened.
You are. You mean you're the shredded one, right?
Are you happy, Magdalena? Yes. Mate. Yes, boy. But we used to put pictures up because we owned the same shirt of us wearing each of his shirt accidentally and shit like that. It was just so over the top camp, but I loved it. But
did you get many followers for that?
We didn't. I can't remember the password to get back on. But I think we should do a Tinder one. Do you think your wife would be okay with that?
I'm sure she won't.
Okay, but, cool. We're doing it.
Yeah. She doesn't have a choice, does she?
Exactly. The reason I said we'll come back to that is, so by the time this comes out on Thursday coming up for you guys, me and Ryan are guest appearing, on the Utopia Project live stream. So they are some very good friends of mine. Ryan, you've played Xbox with them a couple of times, but never actually met them.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
So, good friends of ours. They do a podcast and a live stream. Really, really funny guys. Their live streams are incredible. Like the main host Chung has put so many hours and so much talent
some
into
of the bits I've seen are incredible.
Bearing in mind the guy didn't know how to do it, and he just went, look on YouTube how to do a live stream, and he's animated stuff, and it's fucking
it looks amazing,
ridiculous. So it's going to be, his original plan was 3 teams, so it's going to be Jack and Chris, the other 2 guys from the Utopia Project, us 2 from Into the Podcast, and I don't know who the third team's going to be. Big fat quiz of the year type situation. So please watch. We will be sharing in the upcoming week of where to watch. It's all going to be on Facebook, so you can sit and watch. They normally do prizes.
Yeah.
Every episode that you never know what you're going to win. So far I have won Bollock Aftershave. So I've been watching these guys for. I've won Bollock Aftershave, coaster with the Bristol stool chart on it, the different types of shit.
Right, yeah.
And a 6-foot cardboard cutout of Billy Batson.
Billy Batson?
Yeah, Shazam.
Oh, right, okay.
So that's what I've won so far.
Incredible prizes.
So please get involved, please watch us. I really want to push you guys over to the Utopia Project as well, because they are very, very funny people. But if you're not interested in them, you get to see our beautiful faces, because listening to our voices is one thing. But imagine seeing this as well.
Mind blown.
I've bought this beautiful dress for it.
Have you?
Oh yeah. There's a lot of tits out in this one, mate.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm getting it full out.
I am very excited.
So that's the housekeeping out the way. Get all that done. Do you want to move on to snack of the week?
I always want to move on to snack of the week.
I'm afraid it's not food. So
I'm feeling snackish as well.
Was you, mate? I'm so fucking hungry, but we do this at such a shit time. I either eat now at 3 or don't eat till 8. It's one of those situations. So you see this bottle, Ryan, right in front of you that looks like a champagne bottle.
It does, yeah.
This is called the Royal Selection.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Sparkling, non-alcoholic red grape. Okay.
Okay.
So this is a fruit blend by Celebration Drinks. This was an expensive piece of kit right here. I'm going to open it.
It looks expensive.
This is in a full champagne bottle with the full poppy top and everything. This cost me £2. And I can't. It's how cheap it is. I can't get into the fucking top of it.
Okay, I was fully on board until I'm going to be that price snob guy. Like £2.
Yeah. Can you have any guess where I may have got this from?
Poundland.
Pound Stretcher. Where I get all of our snacks of the week from. I went in there looking of all things. So I went to Iceland to get some bits, went to Sainsbury's to get some bits, and I popped in looking for a cheese board, seeing if they sold cheap cheese boards, and they didn't. I got some from Sainsbury's in the end, but I saw this on the floor. I was like, is that cheap Carver in pound? No, even better, non-alcoholic. Ryan can't drink when he comes around here. This is snack of the week. So
fantastic.
This is Royals. God, it looks so bad.
It's going to be awful, isn't it?
Royal Selection Sparkling Red Grape. Now, do you want to do the honours of popping the cork?
I mean, sure, thanks.
Here come Sam and Ryan, listen to them both speak. They've come 2 hours on with their pop culture critique. But are you even a nerd if you don't overread? So come on everybody, it's the snack of the week.
Yes! Right, pour us a little bit of red grape Carver.
Do I need to let it breathe first?
Swirl it in the glass. Excuse me. It doesn't look bad when it comes out.
It looks all right, actually. It just looks like
fine.
Like pop.
So I bought this, and when I went back to buy the cheese boards, I was going to go down the, like Sainsbury's and Tesco's, they have the aisles that have like a bit of Polish selection, a Japanese selection, like all these bits. So I was going to go find us something a bit strange from there, and forgot.
Oh,
because I got so excited over the cheese boards.
Tell us about the cheese boards. What's inspired the cheese boards?
It's just so obviously you come around here once a week. Every fortnight I have a group of friends, Max, Magdalena, the live studio audience, as we all know her, and a couple of other friends come around. We do board game night every 2 weeks. And it just so happens that we've stopped doing takeaway and people just bring food for me to cook.
Right, okay.
So I just thought it'd be really nice to have just a couple of nice wooden like paddles to bring food out on instead of shitty plates and whatever. Plus me and my housemate, bless him, I decided to not have Christmas dinner with family this year because he's working. Okay. He's a senior physio at the hospital, very important job. So he's going to be at work all day. So I thought it'd be really nice if I cooked us both a little bit of something when he gets back.
That's nice.
So I'm just going to do us like cheese boards, cheese meat, loads of bits and bobs. And I thought, you know what? For my beautiful housemate, it's prick really, don't listen. Prick of the week. He's in the room with us.
He can see us.
He's looking at the back of your head, mate.
There,
I just thought it'd be nice to, just a bit of a cheese board to put things on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I get that.
And they were on offer.
Even better.
Exactly. So back to, you can't put off drinking this any longer.
I mean, it looks all right, to be fair.
It does. So should we have a bit of a chin-chin, my friend?
Yeah.
You're going to stay hungry for a little while.
Sure.
Here's to Christmas and New Year.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
And stuff. How was it?
I breathed it in.
It's not that bad. I mean, it's not great by any sense of the word, but it's just...
It's not grape.
Which is weird for the red grape drink. It's average.
Yeah, it's all right. It's if
you were thirsty, you'd go down, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, regardless of how bad it is, you know what I'm like? I'm going to drink it throughout the entire episode.
Oh, absolutely. But this isn't bad. I mean, I've got 3-4 beers in front of me.
You got 4 beers in front of you.
You know what? I broke up for Christmas today. Well, I didn't. It's just I told them I did. So I technically finished tomorrow, but I told them I finished today and no one questioned it. So.
Even better. There you go. So you're done for Christmas.
I'm just going to get a bit drunk.
Nice. Yeah, I don't blame you.
So I'm going to do this. I'm going to play a bit of Xbox afterwards and just
nice. I'm jealous. I've got one more day to go.
One more.
Got to get through tomorrow.
But you said there's no one in tomorrow, didn't you?
Yeah, there's hardly anyone. Hardly anyone in. I'll probably do half a day, to be fair.
Yeah.
Then that's it.
I don't blame you. And then that's it for how many days?
About 10 days, back on the 3rd.
Yeah, me too. That's when I start my new job on the 3rd, mate.
Yeah, how you feeling?
Feeling very nervous.
Oh, yeah.
So Ryan is a big bad boss man. and I'm going into the same-ish role as him. So
you're going to be the big bad boss man.
Same rank, both hub managers, just of a different department. So I'm just going to be messaging you constantly going, how do I deal with the fact that I don't want to do this?
And won't have a clue.
You have
Pretty much.
because you rely on Sue, who sits in your office.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
Fantastic. So, cool. Just checking the time on this one because we did just to let you know, in case I do keep butting out here, we did a couple of mic checks and for some reason it randomly cut out. So I'm worried that halfway through this episode we're going to have no sound.
Yeah.
And I'll not notice because I sit with my back to the computer.
Yeah.
So,
I'll try and keep an eye out. Although I've not got my glasses on, so it's just all a blur.
Don't worry, I'll keep turning around. I've got you covered, mate.
Yeah, nice.
So the idea of this episode is just a bit of a year in review. This is coming up to New Year for everyone when they listen. We've seen a fair few films this year.
We've done quite well, haven't we?
When you mentioned that, I said, dude, I've not seen anything this year. I then wrote a list out of the new films I've seen. I've seen 25, 26 films of 2022.
That's good going. That is really good.
You have your list that was mentioned in previous episodes.
Yep.
52 films a year.
Yes, I always try and get 52 new films, 52 films I have not seen before. And yeah, we spoke about it before. I'm not quite there yet.
Where are you, Ryan?
I'm up to 46. So I've got to get 6 more between now and New Year's.
So that's now and next Sunday. So yeah, about 10-ish days.
About 10 days. But
easily done.
Yeah, like I said, as soon as I break up from work, it should be a lot easier because, if you've got a lazy day, you can just smash 2 or 3 films out.
Yeah, I mean, I've not been doing that the last few days whilst I've been working.
No, of course not. But if you wanted to, you could have.
I could have easily watched 7 films in the last 2 days.
You absolutely blitzed it.
I was just messaging you at work when I had Teams with the laptop in front of me, watching this. How was the film? Oh, I've watched 2 since then.
Oh, I'm so jealous. So jealous.
Oh, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
So 46, got a few more to go. Do you think you're going to hit it?
I hope so. I think I failed last time in 21.
You did.
I got to 49 in 21. Mate. So I've only ever beaten my 52 film target once when I got 53 in 2018. I always fall right at the last hurdle. I always fail.
4 years. You could, mate, come on.
I can do it.
You can.
Yeah.
Because, it's hard, isn't it? Because I was going to say, you've got nothing on. You don't know that you've got anything on. You're probably busy as fuck between now and
yeah, quite possibly. Well, obviously, Christmas and Boxing Day, you just write them off straight away.
100%, yeah.
So, it's my brother-in-law's birthday tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll write that off as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're doing the live stream and meeting up
on the
Thursday. So, that's that day done.
We're recording 3 podcasts that night.
That's crazy.
Because we're doing our episode, we're doing their live stream, and then they are starting Utopia Project are starting a Patreon. So we're going to do a get pissed and play card games, video, audio. That's going to be mad. We're going to be so drunk by that 3rd episode.
Yeah.
That is going to be horrendous.
It's going to be messy, isn't it?
I've already spoke to Chung. I've asked him if he'll send us any audio he gets. We will listen to him when we're sober. If they are okay for public consumption, we will release them to you guys just as a random Thursday, Friday episode as a chuck it out there. But I'm actually quite looking forward to listening back to them the next morning when we wake up, probably in bed together, let's be honest.
Well, yeah, it'd be rude not to.
Yeah, exactly. Just be like,
that's the whole reason I've come round.
Exactly. What the fuck happened last night? And we're just hearing these 2 mess podcasts.
Oh, no. Well, you always used to drink on your previous podcast, didn't you?
But not that much.
Really?
Yeah, it was only that DCEU episode.
The DC one that went like 3.5 hours or something.
Yeah, that cracked a full fucking crate in about 3.5 hours.
That's impressive. Impressive drinking.
God, it was not impressive in the morning, mate.
No.
Because imagine this. Imagine having a really bad hangover and then knowing you got that hangover because you had to talk about the DCEU.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you're not even having fun whilst getting pissed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a bit disappointing.
So, 46 films, you're going to get there. I believe in you. I've also sort of said to Ryan now, I've not got a lot on, so hopefully we can do some watch parties.
Yeah,
if he's banging a film on, I'll bang it on at the same time. I love shit like that, though. You know, when it's like, press play at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, did you just see that? Oh, my God, what's going on? I love stuff like that.
Yeah,
So we'll see if we get a couple of them in.
Get a couple of them in.
Shit, sorry, dude.
Sorry.
Playing footsies under the table. We could bang them on social media as well if we're doing it. We're going to watch such and such at 8 o'clock tonight. Join us.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. What you think? That'd be really sweet.
Definitely, because I think a lot of people are off now from today, tomorrow, to pretty much the new year.
Yeah,
so
exactly. So it'd be nice to get some people involved in that one.
Absolutely.
So we've wrote down all the films that we've watched this year, and we're just going to have a little chitty chatty choo choo about it, aren't we?
Yeah, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Not the film, but what we've
of 2022.
Yeah.
We've not got any direction of where we're going to go with this. We had prepped nothing for this episode, so we just wrote down the films, and we'll see how it goes. So, how many films roughly do you think you saw in 2022 that are from 2022?
I think around 20.
Around 20.
Around 20 films that came out this year that I've seen. Most of them at the cinema as well this year.
I was just about to say, how was your cinema trips?
Obviously, I've got an unlimited card, so I absolutely blitzed that, especially at the start of the year. I mean, I'm just looking at my list now. 4 times, I think, just in like the first January, I went to the cinema. Yeah, I literally blitzed it out. But then it goes through phases. But then we've started going with the sickos, haven't we? So I've got three in with that as well. So. Yeah.
Although that's died a bit of a death. We need to get back on that. It's just been really bad timing.
It's just been really. It's just this time of year thing. It's just super busy. Everyone's really busy. Skin as well.
Big time, yeah.
Plus, when it's raining and cold, you just don't want to go out.
That is the hardest part, isn't it? When it's so shit out that you think I'm not overly on being on the road.
Yeah,
because we all travel over an hour to get there.
Yeah. We're all coming from
different directions,
different places. Yeah, so there's no real central point.
Yeah, so it's hard. So we all sort of meet up in Nottingham, which is an hour for everyone. And when the roads are shit and it's cold and it's horrible, and I drive a fucking shoebox apparently, the heating didn't work in it. I just don't want to.
Yeah, I get that.
So how do you want to do this? Do you want to? I tell you, it'd be quite interesting. Let's talk about films that we didn't overly enjoy first.
Okay.
Are there any that stick out for you that, you know what, maybe had a good premise, or you went to go see expecting it to be shit, that were shit?
I wrote a couple down. One I've already spoken about in episode 2.
Okay.
Can you think what we talked about in episode 2?
I think you're going to go The Discovery. Was that episode 2?
That was episode 3.
Was it?
Yeah, episode 2 was the Halloween one, I think.
Okay, Halloween Ends.
Halloween Ends, yeah. I know I spoke about it in that episode, but that was shocking. It was just a bad film. I didn't have a lot of expectations with that film because I've not seen the previous 2 or 3. I think the last one I've seen is probably the original, but I love the original.
Yeah.
And it's a basic premise, isn't it? You got Michael Myers, he's the villain. He's going after Laurie. There's going to be some scares. It's going to be maybe with a bit of a throwback to sort of like your 70s, 80s slasher. Maybe, don't get me wrong, I was not expecting like an Oscar-winning performance from that film. But what they actually delivered on was just weird.
Yeah, which is such a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, and to say that's the one that's ending the franchise, that's been going since, it is the 70s, isn't it? I want to say like 79 or something, the original one.
I think it was 79, I'm sure you're right.
So, and you want to see the main man, Michael Myers.
That's what you're there for.
He's the reason we're going to watch that film, and the fact that he is barely in it, I don't know, that just sums up.
Yeah.
So that was one that's a big red mark, like, for this year. Just like, well, that was terrible.
So my big red mark is on the exact same line was the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, right, yeah.
So that was released on Netflix. It was utter dog shit.
Really?
Just typical modern day slasher. And unfortunately, modern day slasher don't do it right.
Yeah.
So, we look back at that sort of your Halloweens and that sort of thing, and even Scream. They did them well. I don't know if it was just the time or what, but just, I don't know, just nowadays, everything, they try and add in your modern day social media side of stuff, and there's
Yeah.
influencers involved, and there's this and the other, and just go get fucked.
Yeah.
But the problem is, and I think this is a bit of a different topic. We look at this. You see a social media influencer in a film, and you think we're going there. This is going to be bad. But it was only the same in the 90s and the 80s of cheerleaders, really, wasn't it? Because that was their influencers, the jocks and the cheerleaders were their thing. It's just, for me, I hate this modern day, look at me, I'm a Instagram famous motherfucker.
Yeah, I know, yeah, same. It's just, no, not about that life.
And as soon as I see it in it, it puts me off immediately and I know it's going to be bad.
Yeah. So with this Texas Chainsaw Massacre, is it a remake or like a reboot?
No. So the person in the first one, can't remember her name, comes back.
Right, okay.
It's very similar of a lot of the reboots that they've done. With that, we got Laurie back. They did the new Scream, which I also saw this year, which wasn't great, but it was what it was.
Yeah.
They took the piss out of themselves. They've got all the old cast, all the new cast, all into mingling, but they took the piss out of themselves.
Yeah, okay.
In this one, the sort of original person comes back. She's been trying to hunt him for years. She's this weathered old woman that just wants her comeuppance.
Right.
All these social media influencers buy a town in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And they're going to turn it into a social media influencer town.
Yeah, okay.
And then he lives there.
Okay.
It's just bad, man.
Yeah.
It is just bad.
Bad.
Yeah. Whilst we're on this topic, very quickly, while we're talking about slashers, I just saw, obviously I said that I watched the Scream film and it was what it was.
Mm-hmm.
This is where Kevin Bacon comes into it. I watched a film called They, Them the other night. I'd sent you a picture of it.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
So obviously immediately They, Them, I just saw it when I was looking at, I just Googled films of 2022 because I was trying to figure out what I had and hadn't seen. And this came up. So They, Them, I was like, okay, pronouns. That's very big at the moment of making sure we get right pronouns and that sort of thing. Cool. Let's have a look what it's about. Right. So Kevin Bacon is the head of a gay conversion camp. Okay.
Okay.
A group of gay, trans people sort of turn up. They're there for different reasons. Some of them are they are gay and they don't like who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Others, their parents sent them. And they get the very first scene, they turn up and Kevin Bacon's giving them this talk and it's not preachy. It's not in your face with God. It's not a lot of, calling them horrible things. He's just like, look, I'm okay with who you are and you should be okay with who you are. If you're gay, that's who you are and that's perfect. If you're trans, that's, that sort of thing. Such a really nice speech.
Mm.
And I was like, this is interesting. I'm going to see where we go. And then it sort of comes out that they're doing really fucked up therapy on them to try and convert them. And I was like, this is very interesting.
Okay.
And I quite like the premise of this.
Yeah.
And then they randomly make it a slasher with some fucking weirdo running around the woods stabbing people. When you're like, why did you do that?
Yeah,
that is a very interesting premise for a film.
Yeah. They had something. They got almost like an original idea.
Exactly.
And then just either ran out of steam with it and then just thought, we'll just kill people with a killer. And
they have this slasher in who's not even in it that much, but they call it a slasher film. Right. And then they try and tie it into the actual story. But when you're like, that was such a great concept. A group of people come together that have been sent to a gay conversion camp to try and make them normal, inverted quotes, as they call it in the film. And it's like, what a great idea. And using all these fucked up things. How are they going to get out of this? How are they going to fuck this guy over for doing this to him?
Yeah.
And they make it a fucking random slasher.
Oh dear.
It pissed me off, man, because Kevin Bacon was so good in it. And I was just like, there's no need for that. You have such a great premise here.
Yeah.
Why did you do that to this film? It did not need that.
That's a shame, man.
I know. So again, don't bother. He's pouring himself some more red grape juice.
It's actually quite nice.
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? So that is a definite don't overly bother. Again, as we kind of spoke about with the Discovery, really good concept. There's ideas there that could have been looked at brilliant. And Kevin Bacon. And it's just ruined.
That's a shame.
It's just ruined,
Potential.
Man. Yeah. Were there any others that you saw that you genuinely just disliked?
Well, I've got a couple that I've noted down, and it feels harsh to say they were bad films.
Okay,
so maybe
good chat, 'cause I've got a few of them.
Maybe I'll put them in the. If we're doing good, the bad, and the ugly.
The ugly.
They are ugly, and I've mentioned this before, so this probably won't come as a massive surprise to you. Thor: Love and Thunder.
Very interesting. Okay, we talk about this because you're gonna have to defend yourself here for the listeners.
That's understandable. Obviously, going into this Thor, there was massive expectation. You know, second film with Taika Waititi directing. Obviously, did an incredible job on Ragnarok.
Absolutely.
You know, arguably the best Marvel film. You know, certainly up there as one of the best ones.
Couldn't agree more. Yeah.
And I think most people would probably agree with that it's right up there.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of expectation, and I feel like Marvel's been on rocky ground ever since, you know, the end of Endgame. You know, trying to find its feet. It's had some hits and misses. So there's a lot of expectation for Thor to bring home the Kevin Bacon, as it were. Do you know what I mean?
The Kevin Bacon, yeah. Which they did in the Christmas special.
So, obviously, and again, the Guardians of the Galaxy were going to be in it. So, you know, they were in it. They were so underused. That was criminal how bad, how poorly they were used. But obviously, with Ragnarok, I felt like it really got the balance perfect between comedy, drama, action. It was still cool, but you was like invested in your characters. There was some great fight scenes, some really cool moments in Ragnarok. But I feel like Thor: Love and Thunder, it just totally missed the mark, and it just went too far the other way, and it just went down the comedy route to the point where it was just slapstick, and it was just stupid.
I've read a lot of reviews before going to see it that said the same thing.
Yeah, and I always try and avoid reviews because I always try and make up my own mind first when I see something. And I obviously really wanted to enjoy this film. But there's just certain bits like what the bit that really stands out for me, just as what I've only seen it the once, but the bit that I always remember is they're in the new Asgard. He's in like the village hall, and he's having an argument with the kid who's like an astral projection from the prison cell. And he's just having this stupid argument with this kid. It's like back and forth. It's like it was like a pantomime, and then it's like, oh, I'll go save the day, and then he like flies off and smashes through the roof, and everyone's like, is he going to fix that hole in the roof? And then the next thing you see, he just like gets hit by lightning and then crashes into a statue outside, and then struts back through like, covered in lightning and, you know, all burnt and singed. And I was like, what the fuck are we watching, man? Like, this is so lame. It's just so like childish.
Yeah.
And because of that, there's so many moments like that where it was just over the top stupid. Like the goats. Fair enough, I thought the goats were funny the first couple of times, the screaming goats. But by the end, I was like, please just shut up. And I just feel like it took away any seriousness, any emotion from that film. Like Christian Bale was a cool character. You know, he's a fantastic actor. He becomes his character.
Oh,
so you got like Gore the Godslayer or whatever he's called, who's got these like scary shadow monsters that come in, and then it just, you know, all of this illusion of him being this big scary guy is totally ruined when Thor at the end just goes to all these kids and goes, if any of these kids have pure heart, or they can be imbued with the power of Thor, and they all just fucking turn into Thor at the end. I was like, what a load of fucking garbage.
You know what? You're right. I hadn't thought of it that way. Like, that is the biggest get out of jail free card ever.
Okay, so sorry, Thor. Why didn't you just do that at the end of Avengers against Thanos?
Yeah. Everyone gets your powers.
Everyone's Thor for half an hour, and then you can just win, and then that's it.
Yeah.
It was just. Without the risk of getting wound up, I just thought we're creeping into bad territory here. It's not just ugly. It was a mess. It was just, it was all over the place. It just got the pitch wrong to the point where, I don't know. Are they doing another Thor film?
No idea. No idea.
I feel like, it's that I feel like the future of Thor. I know things are happening, Chris Hemsworth and stuff, and he's maybe changing his stance on acting. But even before that, based on this film, especially Taika Waititi, I'm not sure if he'd be kept on again for a third film.
I don't 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you on certain parts.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree they got the tone wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, bearing in mind there is a pretty dark subject matter of cancer in there.
Yeah.
Things like that. I don't think that they didn't give it justice, but they definitely didn't hit it right.
Yeah.
It's a weird one. I think that pantomime-wise, yes, certain parts. I think the goats were fucking such a good idea, but well overused.
Yeah.
There were so many bits in the middle that they didn't need to be in, but then that bit where they're trying to get to the shadow planet, whatever it is, and they hit it, and it's really small, and they scream. If that would have been the next time we saw him, that would have been perfect placement.
Yes.
Because that made me laugh.
Yeah.
But that would have been no more. And the fucking love affair between Thor, Mjolnir, and Stormbreaker was doing my head in.
Yeah.
He's got this jealous ex-girlfriend type relationship with two of his weapons.
Yeah.
Whilst he's pining over Jane. And it was all just a bit like, I thought Christian Bale was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, he was great.
Everything. As you say, he is a god killer, and they turn him into a fucking child snatcher. They literally turn him into the child snatcher from whatever, for Chitty Bang, is it? What
something. Yeah, is it? Yeah, I think it might be.
Whatever it is, the child snatcher. They kind of turned him into that.
Yeah.
When actually he's a god slayer.
Let's see him kill some more gods.
Yes, exactly.
That's what we wanted to see.
But he was incredible.
He was.
I liked some of the comedy. I liked a lot of the comedy, actually. I thought Hemsworth was good. I thought Jane was good. I'm not her biggest fan. Korg was great in it again. I absolutely love that he was just a face.
Yeah.
Of it.
Yeah.
Tessa Thompson was great. Yes, I'm not 100% on your boat, but I definitely see your gripes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And that's why
I walked out happy with it when I left.
Really?
I was like, you know what? I laughed. I laughed at parts. There were parts that did my head in. I don't regret seeing that film.
I don't regret seeing it. I came away disappointed.
Yeah.
I was massively disappointed. And I think it didn't help Marvel's future. You know, how it's been uncertain since Avengers. I feel like it's, like I said, it feels harsh to put it in the bad category, so that's why I'm putting it in ugly. It was an ugly film. It was a mess of a film.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Did you see Morbius?
Yes.
Okay, so where are we putting that?
Bad.
Because we fucking went over that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Now, my problem is yes, it's bad, but it's Jared Leto, so I can't put it in the bad category because I don't care what he's in. I still want to kiss him. Everywhere.
I do love Jared Leto. I was obsessed with him in my youth when he was in 30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh, God, just everything he's in.
Yeah,
everything.
And he's done some great films, but that film was just
dog shit.
It was just shit. I hated Matt Smith in it as well.
I was just about to say, get fucked Matt Smith. I'm not a big Matt Smith fan anyway.
I'm not a massive Matt Smith fan.
But go away, Matt Smith. I would much rather him been played by a B-list celebrity.
Yeah.
He probably would have done a better job.
He just annoyed me in that film. Like every scene he was in, he was a scene stealer for the wrong reasons. Like where I just watched it and I was like, get the fuck off the screen.
We don't need you here.
Like you are so annoying.
Yeah.
I don't think Jared Leto was bad in it. I know, obviously, I am biased towards him, but even if I'm trying to be objective, I don't think he was bad in it, and I don't think he's the reason that the film was bad. I just feel like messy CGI, not great storyline.
Agreed.
There wasn't enough to keep it going, and I suppose a bit of a weird character anyway because he's like a vampire, but he's a superhero, doctor,
a disabled doctor. At the same time.
So. I don't know. It was just a messy film, but I think a lot of people would always use Jared as the scapegoat, and he's not the reason that film was bad.
He's not. He wasn't the reason fucking the Joker was bad in
exactly. That's another thing. Like he's barely in that film,
and then when he's in it, he's a scene stealer.
Yeah, and people went to town on how shit he is as the Joker and all. It's like
I'm not having it.
You've barely seen him. He's not the main character in like the Suicide Squad. He's just a bit part in it. He was at he was in just the flashbacks, wasn't he? Really?
Yeah, so, pretty much.
But again, yeah, since then, I think that's done his reputation that so like the world of hurt. Like
Big time,
now,
yeah.
anything he does, people are saying, "Oh, he's the shit as the Joker," so he's shit in this. And because the problem is the Joker's so high profile of a character, as soon as you take on that role, you're always going to be, you know, public enemy. Well, not public enemy number one, but you're going to be in the crosshairs, aren't you?
Absolutely, yeah.
So, you know, Jared's done some great films. You know, he obviously Dallas Buyers Club's the one that he won the Oscar for, which he was incredible in. But even before that, some of like his more indie films, like Mr. Nobody, absolutely loved that.
Yeah.
He's a great. He can be great in films. I loved him in Blade Runner 2049. You know, but yeah, Morbius was a mess, and again, that won't have done him any favors because obviously that's another big high profile where he's the lead. So everyone just dumps all the failure on him, which is, you know, unfair.
Did you see The Little Things?
The one with Denzel Washington.
Denzel, Rami Malek.
I've not seen it. It's just gone into Prime, I think.
Has it? I just had to Google it because I couldn't remember the name of the film.
So he got nominated for like a Golden Globe or something, didn't he, for Best Supporting Actor in that?
Yeah, he's fucking brilliant in that.
Yeah, was that this year?
That was last year.
But yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was so fucking excited when I saw that film coming out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it delivered as much as I wanted it to. I was
Right.
expecting the next kind of like Seven or Prisoners or that type of thing, because the idea is that he's a child catcher, child killer.
Right.
They know he is. He's openly admitted it, but he's like, come fucking catch me, bitch.
Yeah.
So I was expecting like that type of thing. Didn't deliver as much as I wanted it to, but it was fucking phenomenal. He is great.
Yeah.
And
I know
again,
like, loads of people, he's getting a lot of like a lot of praise from like the right sort of people, but again, it was not a massive film, so people
really.
So people don't really know about that. And again, like probably another incredible performance by him, but people won't give him credit for it.
They won't.
They'll just go, "Well, it's shit as a Joker." Like,
oh god, are we on this again? Yeah, absolute bollocks, really, isn't it?
But yeah, Morbius. I would say bad.
Yeah, we'll say bad. I'm just trying to look at my list of what we got for. Oh fuck, if we're going bad. Oh, no, I can't put that bad. I'm just going to list off a couple of films I'm going to put in the ugly.
Okay.
And if you just name them if you want to talk about them. So the ugly, there's a film called Choose or Die. That was a bit shit. It's just a bit of a horror film.
Don't know that.
They them's going in there. Werewolf by Night. Werewolf by Night was a Marvel film about 55 minutes long, shot incredibly different. So it shot like a 1920s black and white film.
Yeah.
Just didn't really deliver what I was expecting, if I'm honest with you.
Okay.
Not amazing. Lightyear is definitely in the ugly for me. Buzz Lightyear is a character from our past, and they just didn't do it justice in my eyes.
Yeah, that wasn't one I was excited for, and I've not seen it.
I'd much rather watch a Woody film. Over a Lightyear film, I'll be honest with you.
Right.
And see his past or different, alternative universe, but that didn't hit so well. Jurassic World Dominion.
Oh god, I avoided.
I'm going to put it in the ugly, not bad, solely because it was bad. But you can't get mad at a film that gives you what it says on the label.
Yeah.
When you go see a film that has everything on the tin in it, new actors versus old actors, they get together.
Yeah.
The new guys are going to be stuck with the old guys, and the new women are going to be stuck with the old women. There's going to be a gender role type switch in there, all that type of thing. It's all in there. So I can't get mad at that at all. I walked away going, meh.
Yeah.
Meh.
Yeah.
I got exactly what it said on the trailer.
Yeah.
So you can't be, I've had this conversation previously with, I think you said you enjoyed this film, but The Meg.
The Meg, yeah.
The Meg to me was bullshit.
Oh, but it was always going to be bullshit.
I went to go see a bullshit film called The Meg with Jason Statham punching a shark.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you seen they've announced The Meg 2?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, right, I'll go see this.
I didn't actually see that in the cinema. I just caught it randomly on like Netflix or something.
Oh, really?
And again, it was one of them. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it because I knew exactly what it was going to be. It was going to be a shit shark film.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
It's a shit shark film, but I came away going, yeah, all right. I enjoyed that. It's exactly what I expected.
Jason Statham did punch a shark, yeah.
So,
and there you go.
I can't be, like you said, I can't be mad at that.
No, you absolutely can't. Hellraiser. What's the new Hellraiser film? Now,
is that the one where is it a female?
It's a female
lead?
Pinhead.
Pinhead,
Yeah.
that's it, yeah.
So I enjoy the Hellraiser films. I have not watched them in well over a decade. A friend of mine is big into them. Obviously, it's the whole like sadomasochistic background and that sort of thing. And it's all like when they come, it's all about you think you understand, like what's the word I'm looking for? Like feeling, like you think you felt everything, you've experienced everything.
Yeah.
No, you haven't, because you've not got this massive, you've not had all your skin peeled back and your organs put through a grinder, that type thing.
Yeah.
That is a sensation. That's the word I'm looking for, sensation. You want sensation.
Mm-hmm.
Let's fucking give you sensation.
Right.
And then they turn up and what are they called?
I've not seen any of the Hellraisers.
I can't remember what they're called. Cenobites.
Right.
Cenobites.
Yeah.
I really love that concept. This film didn't deliver so much for me. I wasn't overly built into it. It was a typical kind of horror film, very new age. Something bad goes wrong. They have to go away, figure out what's happening, and figure out how to stop it.
Okay.
That is pretty much what most horror is these days. But the reason I'm going to call it ugly and not bad is no matter how you do Hellraiser, the fucking bad guys are incredible. They look scary.
Yeah.
Everyone that comes on, one of them might have no eyes, but his cheeks are pinned to the back of his head so you can just see the inside of his jaw.
Yeah.
Like, they are just terrifying. And every time you see one, it's just really, really interesting.
Okay.
I wasn't sold on the story at all. The story to me was bad, but actually watching them and seeing the characters and seeing how they did it, holy fucking God, I loved it.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
I just loved it. And I loved the idea of this. Oh, you think you know sensation. Let's show you sensation. There's a couple of really good scenes for that, but not amazing. Would you put Smile in the ugly? Or would that just be more mediocre?
I think it's just average. It's just another horror that just delivered exactly what it was always going to deliver.
Yeah.
A few jump scares, predictable plot, half decent acting.
Yeah.
Actors off Wish.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, so I wouldn't say that was ugly. I think it's just it
was what it was.
Exactly.
Now, seeing as we've mentioned a few horror films, I'm going to put this out there for anyone that hasn't seen it, because everyone loves this band. And actually, it's very nice to watch now a band member has died. So this year, Studio 666 came out, which is a horror film. It's a remake of a horror film done by the Foo Fighters.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Did you see this?
I've not seen it. Yeah.
But brilliant.
Right, okay.
You go, when you're trying to explain it, but it's fucking brilliant.
Is it?
All of them trying to act. Pat Boone is his name.
Right.
Is that his name? Like,
I'm not
cannot
sure.
act for shit.
Yeah.
The fact that obviously we get to see Taylor Hawkins, Justin Hawkins,
Justin
Hawkins, is he? Oh, he's the
He's
guy from The Darkness.
The Darkness, yeah, he is,
I was
yeah.
watching him on TikTok earlier, that's why.
I follow his YouTube account, actually,
He's
Justin
really
Hawkins.
good, isn't
He breaks down songs. Really good.
Really interesting. But watching Taylor Hawkins in it really sort of, I watched it just after Taylor died. So it really sort of like hit that like, you're getting involved with bubbles,
I'm choking
mate,
on the red grape again.
But just, it's really, everyone was really saddened by Taylor Hawkins' death. Everyone's a Foo Fighters fan.
Yeah.
So it is just brilliant.
Okay.
Because none of them are actors. They're all fucking rock stars.
Yeah.
In a film trying to be actors. And it's just fun, man.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, sometimes we forget that films should be fun and just entertaining.
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter if it's the greatest film of all time.
I mean, as we talked about Barbarian, entertaining the whole way through. By no means you look at that film and go, perfect.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Everything about it was new. And of course it wasn't.
No.
It was entertaining.
And
it kept you on your toes and it was good.
Exactly.
Studio 666, if you get the opportunity to watch it, please watch it. Just because everybody loves the Foo Fighters. Obviously, it's a big, chest pump for Taylor Hawkins.
Yeah.
And it's just fun, man.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
It's just fun to watch them all act. But other than that, let's have a look at some sort of mediocre, middle of the road films then.
Well, I've got one that's like, but mediocre, middle of the road, maybe in an ugly category. I've gone for the new Fantastic Beasts. Fantastic Beasts.
Didn't watch it.
Secrets of Dumbledore. So that was the latest one in the entry, the third film from the entry.
Nearly watched it the other day, when I was on my film binge. But
did you? Yeah.
But I was like, I can't remember whether I watched bloody Grisdenwald.
The second one, the Crimes of Grindelwald.
That's him.
Well, we hadn't watched that either because I think everyone pretty much went to see the first one because it was new. It's like Harry Potter world, obviously. It's all exciting, because Harry Potter finished. So, and the first one was brilliant. The first one's really good. It's got some really cool moments in it. And then the second one came out, and I was just a bit like, not that fussed. And then missed it at the cinema. And then obviously the third one was coming out, so we were like, right, let's watch the second one. So we watched the second one. And I think just streamed it, and then went to see the third one. And it's just meh.
I hear Jude Law's sexy as fuck, though.
Jude Law is sexy as fuck, but he's always sexy as fuck, isn't he?
Yeah, of course he is.
And now he's like got some incredible suits on, and he's like bearded, and it's a great era, isn't it? It's a really fashionable era, wasn't it? Like the 20s or whatever.
Yeah,
so he looks cool, but the film itself, it's just a mess. It's just all over the place. And obviously there's a controversy with Johnny Depp, so he got recast as Grindelwald, and then Mads Mikkelsen was brought in, who...
Oh, is that who plays...
he plays Grindelwald,
I love Mads Mikkelsen as well.
I love Mads Mikkelsen.
What a choice.
And you watch that film and think, don't get me wrong, I love Johnny Depp, but you go, why wasn't Mads Mikkelsen Grindelwald right from the start?
That was what... I've not seen it, and I was just about to say to you, I would have Mads over Johnny any day.
Really?
Any day.
Yeah.
I love Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
I love Johnny Depp.
I love Mads Mikkelsen. He's the only thing at the moment that's getting me excited for the new Indiana Jones film, because he's the bad guy in it.
Yes. Yeah.
But the film itself, it was just a mess. Like, the stories are all over the place. Like, there's not that many... Like, obviously... Yeah, so there's the whole Grindelwald thing got recast. Then there's the female who's like the main like love interest for Newt, so Eddie Redmayne's character. She's like not in it at all. She's just been written out for some reason. It just didn't hit home, you know what I mean? Like, Harry Potter's such a magical world that so many people buy into and absolutely love that world. And they're just not... It's not that they're bad films. They're just not
delivering.
They're not delivering.
Yeah.
And I just feel like this is a series now. It's like, this is the third film. And like, I don't care about these characters or this storyline. It's just very average. So that was disappointing. I feel like they're just mediocre.
Yeah, it's a shame after the first, because the first was brilliant.
Yeah, it had some cool moments. Like, right, basically, watching Fantastic Beasts, we want to see the Fantastic Beasts.
Absolutely.
I would have the whole film just in Newt Scamander's briefcase, with all his animals, his mini world with all the animals. Just set the whole film in that. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
Watching all these fantastical creatures being all cute or scary or interesting. It's just magical, rather than this messy, like 20s, like war sort of. I don't know. It's just all over the place.
Yeah, which is a shame, isn't it? Really, like, I watched Fantastic Beasts disliking Harry Potter because I'd not rewatched them since I was a kid.
Right.
Loved it. That's what made me go back and rewatch Harry Potter and made me enjoy them again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but after I heard how bad Crimes of Grindelwald was, I just didn't bother with any others.
They're just and like I said, it's a shame because Mads Mikkelsen does a great job. And maybe if he was cast right from the start, it wouldn't feel... It just feels messy now, because as soon as you start recasting characters in any franchise...
You always go in with that like pre-assumption of this person's only in it for this reason. It should have been this person, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's just hard. When you go in there with preconceived conceptions of what's going on in the background, it's hard, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Like, this is probably going to be a mess because of everything that went on around it.
Yeah. You can't help but... Yeah, the controversy goes hand in hand with the film then at that point. It's a shame. It almost gets black marked.
Yeah, it does. You're right. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at then some of there's probably a couple big ones that came out this year that are worth talking about. So let's talk about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So you saw this, obviously. Did you go to cinema to see this?
I did go to the cinema to see this.
I unfortunately missed it. Right. I remember you being like, dude, go see it, dude, go see it, dude, go see it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I will. Never got around to it. But luckily, 3.5 hours after it came out of the cinema, it went on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Crazy.
I don't know how these guys are making money at the cinema anymore.
I know, yeah.
It was there so quick. What are your opinions around that?
I absolutely loved it.
Okay, interesting.
I really, really enjoyed it. I know it's sort of a little bit Marmite-y, this one, I think, for a lot of people. Some people loved it, some people hated it. But obviously, I like the Doctor Strange character. I really enjoyed the first Doctor Strange. Mads Mikkelsen again.
Of course.
So, I like the magical elements. I think that's really cool. But I just it was a different take on it. It was more, obviously you got Sam Raimi, so it's Sam Raimi, isn't it?
It was, yeah.
Who directed it.
Of course, the zombie scene.
Yeah, zombie scene, and it just all the horror elements I loved. It was a bit darker. It's by no means a perfect film. There's some very dodgy plot bits, where they're where Wanda's chasing them and they're like, run, run, run. And then they turn around, she's gone. It's like, oh, she's gone. And they just stop still. It's like, and then she appears behind them. I think that's when they're in the tunnels at the bottom. It's like, just keep running.
Yeah.
Why have you stopped? There's your stereotypical
tropes,
horror trope that's just like, oh, we'll stop because where are they? And they turn up behind us. It's like a jump scare.
Yeah.
So there's some stupid moments like that. But overall, it had some cool cameos in there. Obviously the whatever they were called, the Illuminati guys or whatever they were called.
Yeah.
Great to have a cool cameo with John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. Yeah. Everyone's been calling out for that for ages.
That scene was amazing.
Yeah,
Patrick Stewart.
I was going to say Jean-Luc Picard. Patrick Stewart back. That was really cool.
That's a film you want to see. That right there is a film you want to see.
Yeah.
Isn't it? In itself, you're watching that going, why are these people not in a film already?
I know. And I think the problem is people wanted it to be like the new Spider-Man as well, where they just wanted cameo after cameo after cameo. Yeah. And then suddenly you get a couple of cameos and people are disappointed.
Yeah. But can I just add to that really quickly? Sorry.
Yeah.
I agree. So I listened to one of my favorite podcasts beforehand, and one of the main guys, so I listened to Tell 'em Steve Dave. There's a guy called Walt Flanagan, who big comic book fan, they did Comic Book Men. He was really disappointed because his thing was they could have done so much more with the multiverse. You could have got the original Hulk in. What's his name?
John. No. Which original Hulk?
The original Hulk, TV show Hulk.
What, Lou Ferrigno?
Lou Ferrigno. Could have got them sort of people back and really gone to town with all these cameos. And I really sort of fed into that originally. I was like, you're right. Multiverse, you really could have got all the old school people in to show. This is the multiverse. Why? Why has it got to be surrounded by fucking ex-Marvel shit?
Yeah.
Actually, going to a world full of glass is part of the multiverse.
Yeah,
and actually,
exactly.
The more I sat down and thought about it and rewatched it, I was like, yeah, I'm sure that wasn't Sam Raimi's thought when he was directing it, but actually, I love that idea of, well, no, it hasn't got to be Lou Ferrigno as the Hulk, or the original Spider-Man, or that fucking horrendous Thor from you know what I mean? Yeah. You've not got to have all that shit in there.
Exactly.
Because the world doesn't revolve around the Avengers and superheroes.
Exactly.
Actually, there is a multiverse out there, seeing as there are infinite multiverses out there where everything is just made of glass that you smash through, or everything is made out of snot and you crash into it. And
like a Rick and Morty episode.
Exactly like a Rick and Morty episode. And the more I thought about it, I was well part of that camp of just, it was good I really enjoyed it, but it missed out. And actually it didn't.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it would have been fun to see them cameos, as you're saying.
Yeah.
But how many cameos do you watch before you go, oh, cool, cool. Okay, can we carry on?
Exactly. You just want more and more and more and more. And people will never be satisfied for how many cameos you get in, because all they'll go is, oh, well, they should have had a cameo of this character. Oh, I wish this person was in. It's like,
how many people you got fucking pull into a film?
Exactly. At the end of the day, it was a Doctor Strange film. It's not an Avengers film.
Exactly.
So I really enjoyed it. Like I said, a bit of a different take, trying something new, because obviously, we've been having the MCU's been going for a long time now, so it's hard to come up with fresh ideas. Again, don't get me wrong, it's not by no means a perfect film, but I enjoyed it. And obviously, Nice to get a cameo from
Ash.
What's his name? Why is my mind gone blank?
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell, thank you. Yeah.
It was an after credit scene as well.
After credit scene, which was fantastic. That was such a good after credit scene.
Okay, how do you feel about the eye?
That
was dog shit.
That was shit.
That was dog shit.
That looked poor.
But I really liked. So, did you watch What If?
Yes.
Now, that I loved. The What If episode with Doctor Strange.
That was incredible, yeah.
I think they did it justice because that episode, I was like, fucking hell, brilliant. And the Watcher and all that stuff. If you haven't watched What If on Disney Plus, get it watched. It's an animated What If, Peggy Carter is.
What if Peggy Carter was Captain America?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Fucking what a show.
Yeah.
That's what we need, and we need more of them.
Exactly.
Bring them out now, please, Marvel. Bring it. Stop fucking them out with shit films.
That's almost what.
Don't bring us Werewolf by Night when you can bring us more.
That's almost where we're at now. I feel like with the MCU because I feel it feels lost in a lot of ways, and I'm wary that this is just going to turn into a Marvel rant. But just give us more what ifs. Yeah, that's where we're at. Just random little
give us it.
Scenarios.
Bring out your big films and bring us what if. Yeah, that's all we're asking for. Yeah. Okay, so I suppose a couple more here for big releases that I did miss out on. Then we'll just give a few recommendations in between that we've seen. So let's go Bullet Train next and save the big one to last.
Okay.
So you went to cinema to see Bullet Train, if I remember rightly.
I did, yeah.
I only watched it recently.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best films I've seen this year.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
Every time I watch Brad Pitt in a film, I forget how perfect Brad Pitt is in a film.
Brad Pitt is so good in everything he's in.
Because not only is he 7 Brad Pitt, we get Bullet Train Brad Pitt. We get fucking Burn After Reading Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Like,
you get Snatch Brad Pitt.
Snatch Brad Pitt. Holy fuck. This guy, I don't know why. Like, for years and years and years, you have Brad Pitt or Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Fucking Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt. That guy's range from early age to now is incredible. This film, it had massive, like, Smoking Aces feels.
Yeah.
Just, if you don't know what the premise of this film is, Brad Pitt has taken a bit of time off. He's not like a hitman. He's like a criminal for hire. He's a snatch and grab guy.
Yeah.
Snatch it, grab it, get the fuck out of there. So he's calling in for another snatch and grab guy who's called in sick. So basically, he's had some time off. This guy's called in sick. Can you get on this bullet train? We need to go grab this fucking silver briefcase and get off the train.
Yeah.
A bullet train in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Boom. Happy days. Then you meet all the other people that are on this train for different reasons.
Yeah.
Not even particularly to grab this briefcase.
No.
But it is all surrounded by this briefcase.
Yes.
Holy shit. It is a laugh a minute.
Yeah.
The action is outstanding. I mean, so the director was the guy that did John Wick.
Yes.
Fucking Jesus. Everything about this film is insane.
Was it the director from John Wick? I didn't realize.
Now, was it John Wick 1 or John Wick 3? I can't. I'm just going to Google it. I'm just going to quickly IMDb this while we talk. But just little things that I absolutely fucking love about this film. They make a bottle of water a character.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally forgot about that. Yeah.
So they do this thing where you might meet a character, then it gives you their backstory. And then it goes back and it shows them and very sort of Snatch-esque in that side of things. And they make a bottle of water a character.
Yeah. And lots of flashback scenes and how it ends up where it is. Yeah. There's it's one of those films I love where there's a whole host of crazy and quirky characters and they all interact. Some of them get killed off like instantly. Some of them like last a little bit longer, but they all interact with each other. All dead random, fast paced, over the top, lots of loads of action, loads of comedy. I loved it. Yeah, it was a great film.
Yeah, massively. So the director, David Leitch.
Is he the guy? Did he do Deadpool?
He did Deadpool. He did Atomic Blonde, Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah,
Hobbs and Shaw was another one. I hate Fast and Furious films, but just
I've not seen it.
Fun film.
Yeah.
all-star cast. Right, if we're going to go there with Brad Pitt and how fucking diverse he is, we need to go there with fucking Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Oh, he was
because I did not fucking realize it was him until the end. How that guy slips me in every film he's in, and I go,
for me, he was the star of that film.
100%. I'm saying it.
Don't get me wrong. Like, Brad Pitt was fantastic. He's always great in everything he's in. But Aaron Taylor Johnson in that was just cool as fuck.
He keeps slipping me in films.
Yeah. He makes me want to have a mustache again.
Oh my God. Mustache and a suit.
Mustache and a suit.
You would look perfect in the outfit that he has in that film.
Thanks. I might get that.
Because you're the same sort of build, right? He has hair.
He does have hair.
Which you don't have that. You know,
maybe I should wear that for the live stream next week.
Yeah, a suit and a mustache. In fact, you had the mustache for a while.
I had the mustache for a while. Yeah, I'm so tempted to bring it back.
So, who is he in the film?
So he is what? Him and his brother, like
Tangerine and Lemon.
That's the one. Yeah, you have to remind me because I've only seen it once at the cinema, which was about 6 months ago. But are they escorting someone?
So the big bad guy,
yes,
the Black Death or whatever his name is,
like hired them
to get his son who had been taken hostage.
That's the one.
Turn up with a ransom,
yeah,
kill everyone, come back with the ransom money and his son.
Yeah, and they get caught up in it all, and they're just fantastic. They're so good, like with their ridiculous like Cockney accents, and they're just he was
So I know I mention this a lot, and I need to stop doing it, but the old podcast, Sorry in My Seat, we had a big thing for Michael Shannon.
Oh, right, yeah.
Michael Shannon is up there with some of the greatest actors on a... Because, again, he's in fucking everything.
He's in everything.
But such a diverse actor.
And no one knows who he is.
No one knows who he is.
Like you say Michael Shannon, I'm like, who?
But you see him and you're like, oh, that guy.
That guy,
and everything he's in is brilliant. So when he turned up as the Russian or whatever he is, the bad guy, the Black Death.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Zazie Beetz in it.
Yeah.
I fucking love Zazie Beetz.
The Japanese guy that I mentioned last week, or the week before, Hiroyuki Sanada, who plays the dad. You just scroll past him, I think. He's the one from like Last Samurai. He's the one that's going to be in the new John Wick. He's in everything. He's cool in it as well. Like every character in that film was just cool.
Sandra Bullock.
Oh yeah, of course.
Cameo at the end.
Yeah.
Joey King was fucking brilliant. The young girl.
Yeah.
She was so good.
She was.
God, yeah. Honestly, I started watching this film knowing I wanted to go see it at the cinema because it looked very Smoking Aces, and I do enjoy that sort of thing. I just smiled. I've smiled since watching that film.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, 2022, let's all be honest with each other here, listeners. 2022 has been a shit year. It's been a hard year. The last few years have been fucking hard. This film gives you something to smile about.
Yeah. It's just fun, isn't it? It's just, like we said earlier, entertaining is what it is.
Entertaining. Everything about that last scene where the train goes fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Is worth, not only is the film, to me, up there with one of my favourite like action comedies.
Yeah.
That last scene when the train fucks up and you see Brad Pitt doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I wet myself a little bit.
Really?
I was just like, this is fucking the best way to end a film.
It's just so ridiculous.
It's so ridiculously good, man.
Yeah. I enjoyed it a lot. I was really glad that I managed to catch that at the cinema.
To me, probably 2022's biggest recommendation.
Really?
I'm putting it out there.
Wow.
And I know I've only just watched it recently, and the next film we're going to talk about is Big.
Yeah.
But this is up there with the recommendation I will put on people.
Yeah.
To the point of Office 3, big up Office 3, the old office I worked at when I worked with Ryan. Well, I'm still part of their group chat, and I put some like stills of it and some film. I was having so much fun.
Yeah.
Whilst my laptop was next to me doing no work for 2.5 hours. It's like 2 hour, 15-minute film. The laptop's next to me. It's pinging like shit. Emails coming through. And I'm just staring at this film.
Yeah.
Having the time of my life.
Yeah. It's such a fun film. I support that. What a great recommendation. I'll definitely be recommending it to people as well.
Brilliant. Okay, so the big one, and then we'll just chuck in there any sort of in-between recommendations. I suppose these would be kind of 60-second recommendations, but just really enjoyed this, go give it a go.
Yeah.
Not the best. But to me, 2022 was all about the Batman.
Yeah, I agree.
So, like we've spoke about the Batman 100 times, haven't we?
We have.
We spoke about other people's opinions on the Batman that we've heard that we do agree with or we don't agree with.
Yeah.
So, talk to me, Ryan.
Obviously, also the Batman is a reboot again of Batman. This time, Robert Pattinson starring in the lead, which there was obviously massive question marks over, like huge question marks.
At this point, I was a huge Robert Pattinson fan.
You were?
I was.
Yeah.
I'd seen the good films of Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. See, I've never seen Twilight, so I've never been like anti Robert Pattinson.
I've never seen him, but I knew who he was, so I hated him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, and I get that. I think I'd seen The Lighthouse by this point. I will have done. So
before we get into that, have you seen Devil All the Time?
No. I think you mentioned it to me before.
Yeah, so it was a 2021 film. Tom Holland, Jason Clarke, Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, no, I've not seen that one.
Robert Pattinson plays a child offender.
Right.
Priest.
Okay.
Fucking smashes it.
Yeah.
Man. And even as a child predator, he is amazing.
Yeah. He was great in this. I think that was the thing. I loved his character in this. It was a dark film. It's like it gave me Seven vibes. You know, it's like the serial killer that they're after. It's the Riddler. The Riddler's done well. I think the Riddler, obviously, he's got a bad reputation. You could associate him with Jim Carrey's character.
From pulling Paul Dano.
Yeah.
Fucking Paul Dano.
And
what a legend.
Yeah, his performance was incredible.
Can I just say before you move on?
Go on.
Paul Dano.
Yeah.
As the Riddler. This is going to get the shit kicked out of me.
You're going to say on par with Heath Ledger.
Equally as good as Heath Ledger as Joker. I'm telling you now, I don't give a shit what you say.
I don't think you'll be in the minority there. I think a lot of people will agree with you. He was fantastic.
Outstanding. I mentioned this a couple of episodes back, but they've brought out a comic book series around that, and I've got that on pre-order. Yeah. So excited for it.
I think what I loved about this film was it felt quite art housey. There was a lot of really cool shots, like again, I've not seen it since it was in the cinema, but like, where he's like wading through the water and he's got the flare going and like the color looks so cool. There's the shots, at the start, just the opening scene where like, obviously, well, the opening scene is the death of the governor or
whoever
whatever,
it is,
which was dark. And then they have the Batman monologue scene where he's sort of saying like, I can't be everywhere. I am fear. This film is one of the first, if not one of the only Batman films where I thought Batman was scary.
The Batman was scary. So this is mainly set around year one Batman.
Yes.
Very early Batman.
Yep.
Coming out of childhood, coming out of, Bruce Wayne childhood Batman into this. So we've seen a million times him in that fucking well with the bats around him and in the cave and blah. We've seen that 1,000 times. This is the next stage. He's become the Batman. We are going through his early infancy stages of, will the bat suit work? Will the glide work? Will the cars work? Will everything work? What you said about Art House a minute ago, just that picture of, obviously he wears black makeup around his eyes to fit in with a suit, that all smeared around his face. This, I don't think the best Bruce Wayne by any sense of the word, but at the same, because he's very emo.
He was very sort of like emo, very like torn, like fringed down in the rain.
We are looking at your fucking Val Kilmers. We're looking at Ben Affleck. We're looking at fucking Chris. What's his fucking name? Early Batman.
Michael Keaton.
We're looking at Michael Keaton was the best Bruce Wayne out there by far.
He was great.
We're looking at these people. This kid is still depressed, still going through the shit. He is very emo. Yeah. He's a kid. At the end of the day.
It's still all very raw for him.
Exactly. And it fucking works so well.
There's so many, like you said, those little attention to details. I think, again, I'm probably going wrong. And like we said right at the start, don't fact check us because we just chat shit. But like, I don't remember any other Batman wearing the eye makeup that you see. Like, obviously they wear the eye makeup, but every other Batman takes off the cowl. Who else do you see like smudged black makeup? No one.
Exactly.
I love the fact that he made his own car. He made like the motorbike. How are you gonna
backfiring on him?
And how are you gonna trace that? Like, people talk about realism and stuff, but and almost like the Christian Bale ones now are and the Christopher Nolan ones, they're almost untouchable. Like, they're so good. Everyone just said without question. But there's a lot of elements of those films that are ridiculous. He's basically driving around in a multi-million dollar experimental Jeep that's on the books at
Wayne
Enterprises, and he just sprays it black, and no one questions it. It goes, hey, lads, isn't that the car that we've got in the garage at work?
Exactly.
Someone just sprayed it black. But no one questions that because it's Christopher Nolan, Christian Bale films. They're godly films.
And
don't get me wrong, I love them.
When we're watching them, we don't question it.
Yeah.
But actually, when you see a film like this that is so realistic, that's when you're like, hold on, okay, this makes perfect sense.
Yeah. And how good was Zoe Kravitz?
Zoe Kravitz was
as Catwoman
incredible. In fact, you know what? Let's just talk about the cast really quickly before we go onto Zoe Kravitz. Colin Farrell.
Who knew that Colin Farrell? That was Colin Farrell to start with.
Me. Mate, massive Colin Farrell fan.
Yeah.
Just go to In Bruges.
In Bruges, unreal film.
Colin Farrell. Itself. Paul Dano. Fucking John Turturro.
Yeah.
As Falcone. Andy fucking Serkis, my friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes, boy. Peter Sarsgaard, the district attorney. I'm trying to, what's his face's name? Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright as Gordon.
James Gordon. That's what I was Googling, trying to find his name. Everyone was just incredible.
Yeah, they were.
Again, I listened to a big thing about, going back to Zoe Kravitz, about how she wasn't the femme fatale that the Catwoman should be.
Right.
So the Catwoman the whole point of her character is a femme fatale.
Yeah.
Is the whole reason Bruce Wayne, the Batman, cannot get over the fact that she is a mass fucking criminal is the fact that she is so good at her job as being a femme fatale.
Yeah.
And I heard a lot of things around that she wasn't good enough. Disagree. Fair enough, she wasn't putting on the sexual act so much.
Yeah.
And it's not about that. But, I don't want it to make it sound like, oh, that's what females should do. But that is what the Catwoman's character is. The Catwoman's character is a femme fatale that makes Batman fall in love with her.
Yeah.
She played it fucking brilliantly.
I thought she was great.
And she's beautiful.
She is beautiful.
She is. Not as beautiful as Colin Farrell as
Penguin.
As Penguin. Cobblepot.
I love that film. It was everything I wanted from that film.
I'll be honest, me too.
And I can't wait for a sequel. I can't say enough good things about it, really. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I think we live in a world where this is going to get the shit kicked out of me again. We're getting it. This is going to get us beaten up.
Yeah, go on.
But we're living in a world where the MCU is going downhill, I think. Personally.
I agree.
And they are purely a victim of their own success with Endgame, Infinity War. Unfortunately,
they're
that's
always going to peak, and it was always going to come down a little bit.
Of course it was. You are a victim of your own success with what you delivered to us. You gave us Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah.
That's what you gave us, my friend.
Yeah.
Like, I will die knowing I watched them films, and that will make me happy.
Yeah.
But you'll struggle now. But we're living in a world where DC has they have the Batman.
Yeah.
They have all these things. They have the Joker, the Joaquin Phoenix version.
Yeah.
They have these things to play with.
Yeah, they do.
And can deliver a lot with us. Obviously, we know that Henry Cavill's recently stepped down from Superman and The Witcher. He's going to be doing the 4,000?
Warmer 40K, I think.
40K.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because I'd love to see Henry Cavill in the suit again.
Yeah.
They really fucked up with the Justice League in my eyes.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But they're obviously putting in they've got big plans now. That James Gunn is basically helming a brand new DC universe.
Let's just have a look at the DC universe, right, for 1 second. The MCU have the MCU.
Yeah.
It is all of one caliber.
Yeah.
The DCEU, or whatever it might be classed as, it might just be DC. Because of course Joker isn't DCU. Let's just look at DC. Joker.
Yeah.
The Batman.
Yeah.
Shazam. In its own was a great film, very child fucking friendly, but very nice.
Yeah,
I've not seen Black Adam yet. Everybody loved that.
Yeah,
Wonder Woman. All of these things slash a different part of your palette.
Yeah.
They're all very different. All you can go in whatever direction you want to go with DC at the moment. I don't know. We laughed earlier the fact that I got pissed and spoke about the DCEU because we're talking about Justice League there.
Yeah.
But actually, they have so many exciting things that they can play with that they need to tread carefully, but they really could step up.
Yeah, and they've got so much potential there. But obviously they've got plans. Basically, what it sounds like to me from what they're saying is they are everything that's come before is gone. They're starting afresh. Obviously, they've got rid of Henry Cavill, but that was a bold move. They've. Do you see The Rock's post on Instagram? I think it was yesterday.
No,
where they didn't say it. He didn't say it in as many words, but he basically.
Oh, the vaxxed
Black Adam's done.
Yeah,
he got his film. See you later. Thanks very much.
Fair.
Thanks for the money. See you later. You're now not part of the DCU.
Yeah, fair.
So
the Suicide Squad will be.
The Suicide Squad will be, I imagine, but that's
solid because that film was brilliant and Peacemaker was apparently outstanding.
Yeah, and James Gunn created those, and now he's obviously helming this. So it's exciting times, and I'm excited to see what they come up with.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you.
I think watch this space for that one.
Yeah, very interesting. And I don't want anyone to beat me up. I'm not saying DC's better than Marvel or anything like that.
There he is, get him!
Get him! Stab him in the dick! But they've got more exciting prospects.
Yes.
And what they need to do is not do what Marvel does. Marvel brought us Guardians of the Galaxy. Who'd have fucking heard of Guardians? Let's be honest, if you're not a comic book reader, who had heard of Guardians of the Galaxy?
Even comic book readers probably didn't all know about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Exactly. A lot of this shit that we got brought and they made them perfect.
Yeah.
Don't do that, DC. Bring us what we need. Ride along.
Yeah.
Play with it.
Yeah.
Play with it. Okay, so we are nearing the end.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, we really are nearing the end. Is there anything on your list, Ryan, that you would like to recommend to people? Just give a quick chat.
Well, another big one that we've not spoken about, and I don't really want to go into it because we've just been talking about Marvel and DC for ages. But the other
what have I missed?
The other big one, Spider-Man: No Way Home.
That was this year.
Yeah, right at the start of the year.
Get fucked.
No, it was.
I'm not having it.
Yeah,
that was this year.
Yeah.
Oh, this year can get fuck. That film was so good.
It was great. It was great.
We've got to give it a bit of time. I know we're at an hour 30 already. We've got to give it 5 minutes, a couple of minutes at least. Come on.
The best Marvel post Avengers.
100%. I'm saying it. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
It delivered on everything, didn't it? That I had the perfect cameos. Willem Dafoe being back was fantastic. It was great to have Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield back. Perfect balance of everything. Again, that was Marvel at its best.
Yeah,
where it's heartfelt. Obviously, the bit where he loses memory. It's quite emotional, or everyone else loses their memory. Sorry, of him. It had the comedy. It had some cool set pieces. It had everything you would want from a Marvel film.
Literally everything that you can fucking ask for.
I bloody missed when Andrew Garfield turned up, though, the first time I watched it, because I needed a wee in the cinema. And I went just as Andrew Garfield turned up.
Did you really?
Yeah. Fucking typical.
I'm trying to look who else. Obviously, well, you know what? I'm putting it out there. I love Zendaya.
Yeah.
I actually think me and Zendaya would make a great couple.
I think you would, yeah.
I do.
You're both beautiful people.
Doctor Strange in there, again, being fucking outstanding.
Yeah.
Happy Hogan, your original Spider-Man, your original bad guys, fucking Jamie Foxx, William Dafoe, Alfred Molina.
Yeah.
Just fucking incredible.
It was a trip. It was such a nostalgic trip, but it was new and fresh and exciting. It had that perfect blend, I think, where, for people like us who
release date. Very tail end of last year. That's why I didn't pick up on it.
Really?
Yeah, December 15th last year.
Is that in the UK though?
No, it was USA. But still, we're still talking about it because fuck me, we need to talk about it. But yeah, nostalgia in every way. Not only that, they got to reincarnate the 3 Spider-Men pointing at each other meme, which is just itself perfect. Tobey Maguire has come out of hiding for this because he gave up on acting. Andrew Garfield was fucking phenomenal. They worked so well. And I loved the fact that each one of them played on the fact that they were a completely different Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, does yours not just shoot out your hands? It's like,
Yeah.
no, I've got a thing for that. Like,
Yeah.
That is so fucking awesome.
Yeah, the fact that they recreated the meme is just the greatest thing of all time.
It's the best.
Yeah. Great film.
Just, I can't believe I missed that one, yeah.
Well, I mean, I suppose it came out technically it's
Tail
2021,
Yeah.
but I definitely saw it in 2022.
Cool, yeah.
Um,
Tail end.
yeah, don't need to say any more about it, really.
I assume anyone listening to this has seen the film.
Yeah, I think everyone's seen it. It was,
just incredible. So just a couple from me then before we sign off. We've only got a few minutes left. I watched recently Nope.
Which one's that?
Which is the new Jordan Peele film. So Jordan Peele of Get Out and Us fame. This is about, I suppose, kind of aliens. And if you've seen the trailer, it's just a lot of people looking at aliens and going, nope.
Right.
and
okay.
like running back in
right,
again.
Right.
Outstanding. Everything you want from a Jordan Peele film.
Yeah.
That guy, as I've always said about Star Wars could do a film where it's just a piece of shit floating through space that says Star Wars on it. And I'd be like, bravo, Star Wars. Jordan Peele's the same for me.
Right, okay.
Fun, out there, great cast. Interesting story, very strange story.
Yeah.
But really, really enjoyed it. Spiderhead on Netflix that came out with Miles Teller and Chris Hemsworth.
Yep.
Interesting concept. Really enjoyed that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Love Miles Teller. Love
me too.
Miles Teller. Love Chris Hemsworth.
He's another one that we've not talked about in incredible film this year, Top Gun Maverick.
Shit, you know what? I'm surprised you didn't bring it up. I've not seen it.
And there's been, you know what? It's hard because there's been so many great films this year. I think it is on the list that I wrote down.
I think it's probably your number one, wouldn't it be?
It's there, Top Gun Maverick. It could arguably be number one. I love the Batman. Top Gun Maverick, though. I mean, do you want to finish talking about Miles Teller before I go on to Top Gun Maverick?
No, go on to it. So my housemate watched it recently and said to me, Sam, please watch Maverick.
Yeah.
And I said, dude, I cannot remember the last time I watched Top Gun. I need to rewatch Top Gun first.
Yeah.
But the problem is, because I'm trying to smash through films at the minute from 2022, I ain't got time to be going back to watch Top Gun to then watch Maverick.
I don't think it's
fucking loved it.
Yeah, it's so good. Again, it's another one of those that everyone that I've spoken to that's seen it loved it. It was incredible. Just a great action film where it's very much a throwback to the 80s. It's the exact same sort of vein, but the shots are incredible. Obviously, they did loads of the flying, like real flying. It's very limited CGI.
Yeah,
so it
I heard
looks
about
insane.
that. They said that if you couldn't hit X amount of G's, you couldn't be in the film.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because so all the shots of them in the cockpit is real. They just had like a pilot who's actually flying. But
you either take the G's or you're not in the fucking film. Learn or don't. And I love that.
Another fantastic mustache, Miles Teller.
Fucking love a mustache.
Yeah, so that's it. That's actually what inspired me to have the mustache earlier this year. Miles Teller in Top Gun Maverick.
Is that why you did it?
Genuinely true.
Interesting.
Great film. There's been some banging films this year. There has been some. I think we've done well. I know you're saying it's been a bit of a shit year, but we've done.
Film wise, it's been amazing.
We've done
the
really
year's
well.
Been shit. Films have
got us through this year.
I've got one last question to ask you.
Go on.
Miles Teller or Aaron Taylor Johnson?
Oh man! Oh, that's a tough one. You know what? I'm gonna go
Miles Taylor Johnson.
I'm gonna go Aaron Taylor Johnson just because he's British.
Is that what you're going for?
Yeah,
you're staying home ground.
I'm staying at home turf. That's it. That's my only reason.
Outstanding. Cool. Is there any other films that you'd like to put out there quickly to anyone?
The only other one I would like to say is The Sea Beast.
Sea Beast, that's on my list as well.
For those that don't know, it's an animated film.
Carl
Urban. It's on Netflix, and it's about people hunting monsters, beasts in the sea. But it's quite a heartfelt story. It's very much a Disney film without being a Disney film. In a lot of ways.
Definitely.
So that's quite a nice, quirky, different film. So I'd definitely recommend that. That'd be my 60-second recommendation, I think, to Sea Beast.
All right, I'm going to give a quick 6-second recommendation then. Fresh. Did you ever see Fresh?
No.
Sebastian Stan plays a fucking serial killer.
Right.
It is outstanding. He's a cannibal. He gets people.
Yeah.
He kills them. He sells their skin. He sells their skin and their meat to cannibals.
Amazing.
Depending on that, Sebastian. I'll say that again. Sebastian Stan, who I love anyway, sells meat from humans he catches. It's fucking brilliant.
Nice.
It's so much fun because Sebastian. I'll be honest. I'm a slut for a good-looking man.
Yeah, I'm the same, you know.
I am.
Yeah,
Sebastian Stan is that good-looking man.
He is.
And oh my God, in this, playing what he plays, I love a guy that will go out there and just go, "Oh, fuck it, I'll play this." I'm not scared of my image. So again, Kevin Bacon playing that film I said earlier, They Them.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Kevin Bacon. He will take on tasks and fucking roles that no one will touch because it'll make them look shit.
Yes.
Sebastian Stan kind of did that in this one.
Right.
Let's go for it. So that would be mine.
Nice.
Cool. We're not going to play the jingle for that one because they're not officially
sick. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So that is us for the episode. Fucking 2022, bro. It's been very, very interesting for film.
It has. Yeah.
It's been very good.
Hopefully 2023 brings home the Kevin Bacon as well.
Right, this episode is called Bring the Kevin Bacon. Bring home the Kevin Bacon. That's what it's called. So for all of you, we hope you have had the best Christmas and have an amazing New Year. You do so much. Just if you have anything to do in 2023, just tell people about Into the Podcast, really.
Yeah.
The films that are coming up are great, but imagine us talking about them.
Even better.
Instead of watching them, listen to us talk about them.
Yeah.
So that's it from us. Happy New Year, everyone. We love you loads and peace.